Welcome y'all to Robyn on the Farm. Today I'm making a super easy loaf of homemade bread from scratch that you can make even if you've never made bread before. This one has only 3 ingredients. It has no yeast, no butter, no oil, no eggs, and you can have it ready and start to finish in about 45 minutes. So in under an hour, you can have a loaf of really good homemade bread. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to make it. Before you even get started on this recipe, go ahead and get your oven preheated, because if you don't, you're going to be waiting on your oven to preheat because this is so fast to put together. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, the 3 ingredients that you need for this milk and honey bread are some milk, some honey, and some self-rising flour. If you don't have self-rising flour, don't worry. I'll tell you how to put it together with some all-purpose flour, some baking powder, and some salt. You can make your own like that. The first ingredient that we want for this loaf of bread is some milk. You want 1 1/4 cups or about 296 grams of milk. Now this can be whole milk, skim milk, a lower fat milk, almond milk, oat milk, any kind of milk alternative should work just fine for this recipe. To the milk, we're going to add some honey. I'm going to add 1/4 cup or about 85 grams of honey. And I'm just using this organic honey. And I'm going to add this honey right on into the milk. Now this is going to help it to mix in to our flour better. So we're going to stir this honey and this milk together. This honey is going to dissolve into the milk. I used my kitchen scale to weigh out all of my ingredients so that I would give y'all the most accurate measurements possible. Okay, now I'm going to just stir this milk and this honey together. And I like to use a clear glass jar so that I can see down at the bottom. You can see that my honey is down there, and I want to stir this up until all of that honey is dissolved really well. If you try to add your honey without mixing it into the milk, it's just going to clump into your flour and not mix together at all. So this is a really important step. Don't skip this one. Okay, I'm just going to check the bottom. Looks like it's all really well incorporated. Now it's time to add some self-rising flour into our mixing bowl. This is 2 2/3 cups or 335 grams of self-rising flour. Now if you don't have any self-rising flour, but you do have some all-purpose flour, some baking powder, and some salt, then you can make your own self-rising flour. It's really important to use self-rising flour or make your own. Don't just use plain flour or your bread will not rise at all. This already has leavening agents in it that'll help your bread to rise, but plain flour doesn't, and it'll just be flat as a pancake. So if you have self-rising flour, add 2 2/3 cups or 335 grams right on into your mixing bowl. If you need to make your own, you're going to take 2 2/3 cups or 335 grams of all-purpose flour, add about 4½ teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda, but baking powder, and about 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and you've made your own self-rising flour without going to the grocery store, which I think is pretty great. Now that our honey is dissolved really well in our milk, I'm just going to add this right on in there with the self-rising flour. Just pour it all in. This can be cold, this can be room temperature, it doesn't matter for this recipe. Okay. Now another thing that I love about this recipe is you don't need a mixer. It's not going to help at all for this recipe. Just get out a spoon or whatever you want to mix this up. I have this really cool Danish dough whisk. That's what I'm going to use for this recipe. So now we just want to mix up these 3 ingredients really well until they're really well incorporated. You just don't want any dry patches of flour, and that's all it's going to take. This is definitely going to be more like a batter bread than a bread dough. It's really loose. And that's exactly what you want it to be like. Now, different flours do absorb the moisture a little bit differently. So yours might look a little bit thicker than this. It might look a little bit thinner and runnier, and that's okay for this recipe. If you want, you can add a little bit more flour if yours looks a lot more runny than this one, or you can add a little bit more milk if you feel like yours is a lot thicker. But really, this recipe is very forgiving and it's going to turn out just fine. So don't worry about it too much. Now, mine is all ready. It's ready to throw into the loaf pan already. Now, for this recipe, I'm gonna use my very favorite cast iron loaf pan. I love the cast iron because there's none of those chemicals or those coatings to get into our homemade breads. If you're making homemade bread, you don't want any of that in your bread. Now, I have oiled mine up really well with some olive oil, and I am just gonna spoon this batter into this loaf pan. Now be sure as you're doing this that you have all of the flour off the bottom of your mixing bowl. Be sure everything got really well mixed up. And now that I have this batter or this dough in the loaf pan, I'm just going to smooth it out just a little bit. This is going to be kind of a rough and rustic looking loaf on top, and I like it like that. Okay. That's all it takes. This is ready to throw into the oven. And like I said, I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm gonna throw this in now to bake. I'm gonna let this bake for 35 minutes and I'll show it to you when it's done. Our homemade loaf of 3-ingredient milk and honey bread is fresh out of the oven. I let this bake at 350 degrees for 35 minutes. It got nice and golden brown. It looks really good and it smells really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this out from the loaf pan. Let's see if it comes out easily from the cast iron. Oh yes, it did. Didn't stick at all, and I love that about the cast iron. Okay, look at this gorgeous loaf of bread. This looks great. So fast to put together, so simple to do. I think this one is a winner for sure. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and slice into it. Now, if you let yours cool for a little bit and then slice into it, it's gonna slice easier, you're gonna get prettier slices. But I love warm homemade bread. And if you're gonna go to the trouble of making homemade bread, then you better enjoy a little slice warm. That's what I think. Okay, let me just slice into this and we will check this out together. Now, this bread is best the day that you make it. It really is. All homemade bread is really best the first day, but this one is better. If you're gonna wait till the next day or the next day, warm it up a little bit or toast it, and it'll be really good like that. But look at this fantastic slice of homemade bread. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, now, honestly, this one would be even better with a little bit of butter slathered on top, maybe some jam, some preserves. Now that would make it so good, but I really like this one just plain. This is a great, easy loaf of bread that just tastes really good all by itself. Okay, so I am gonna take a little bite of the heel because I love the heel. That's my favorite slice. Now, bread is my weakness. I love bread. This one is really good. It's almost like a biscuit bread, but the texture is not like a biscuit. This one is lightly sweetened from that honey. It has a really good taste, and I just think it's wonderful. I love this. And for as quick as it was to make, no yeast, no eggs, no butter, no oil, we just mixed it up and it was ready in about 45 minutes from start to finish. You really can't beat that. I wanted to be sure that you could see this loaf of bread and how well it turned out up close. Look at this slice of bread. Check out that crumb, check out the texture. I mean, this turned out really well. For only 3 ingredients, no yeast. I mean, this is a great loaf of bread. If you want to make this easy 3-ingredient milk and honey bread at home, I'm going to leave the free printable recipe on my website, robynonthefarm.com. I'll leave a link down in the description for it. And I'll leave you that recipe in both weight and in volume so you can make it either way that you want. While you're there, I also have our handmade beeswax bread bags. This is how I like to store all of my homemade breads. Everything I bake goes in these. And these are a great alternative to those plastic bread bags. And they're reusable, non-toxic, and I like them. They're 11.5 by 17 inches, so they're big for several loaves of bread. We have over 30 different patterns on our website, and they're made right here in my kitchen by me and my daughters. Thank you so much for being here with me on Robyn on the Farm. I'll see y'all next time. If you want something even simpler, try my 2-ingredient bread. Also, my 2-ingredient biscuits are delicious, and these 3-ingredient butter muffins, so good. I'll leave links to those videos down in the description.
Robyn's in the kitchen, dough beneath her hands, wheat from the fields and eggs from her land. Sunlight through the window, a warm golden glow. She's working hard to make that dough. With flour on her apron, loving each knead. Ground wheat fresh, sowing her seed. The smell of fresh bread rises in the air. Simple life without a care.